I'm here today with Glenys Gassman. We were talking with each other earlier in the week about the current situation out there with the coronavirus, and especially in terms of how it impacts on and is impacting on business in Australia.
Yeah.
Glenys is a high-performance business coach, and I'm happy that she's a part of my think tank network. And we thought, well, look, there's a lot of businesses out there with a lot of questions about the current situation and what they can do. Why not talk to each other and record that so that we can hopefully enlighten quite a few businesses out there and help them navigate through what is a challenging time. Hi, Glenys.
Hi, Dennis. How you going? And thanks so much for having me on here. Yeah.
Always good to talk. Always good
to see you as well. And we don't have to travel, do we?
No, exactly. No, not only does it save us time, but it reduces our risk of infection, which is even better.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Glenys, we were talking earlier in the week about some of the impacts that are starting to surface in the business community, and more than that, some of the perceptions that are starting to come out of, the media reports and all of these sorts of things. So I thought that we might go through a few issues that seem to be more prevalent. And pick your brain in terms of what we can do in relation to those.
You know, Dennis, I've been around for a while, as you know, and 30 years in business. I've been through the mad cow disease, I've been through Y2K, I've been through GST confusion, I've been through GFC, and I was coaching businesses around GFC. So, I'm starting to see some similarities into what's going on out there in the world of media. And how there's now panic appearing to an overwhelm that's going on with business communities. Having an accounting background as well as now business coaching just leads me into how we can utilize what we've learned from the past and start putting that in place now to immunize ourselves away from any major impact that could possibly rear its head in the next 6 months. But look, go away. Go away and ask me as many questions as you like, because I really want to answer.
You mentioned 6 months. How long do you think businesses should be planning around this situation for?
An absolute minimum of 6 months. Even on the latest website, which is worldometers.info/coronavirus, they are suggesting a 6-month crisis. And, I've had two people I'm speaking to. One's international America. One lady was on the Gold Coast this week, and they have postponed all their training and big public events for at least until October. So, we are looking at a 6-month change to our plan that we possibly put in place last year,
Right.
For business. Yeah.
So how can a business exercise some control over this?
Firstly, don't panic and be prepared. This is the old Scout motto. Were you in Scouts, Dennis?
I was.
So was I. But look, we just can't panic, and we have to be aware of what's going on around us without the sensationalism. We don't need to listen to all of that. We just got to get really real and get to the facts. How is this going to impact our business? And, quite often I find, and we mentioned this the other day too, and it's a lot around what we can't control. We seem to get into overwhelm and panic, but what we can control is a lot in our business. And then when you are in control of the things you can control in your business, all of a sudden there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's more openness for creativity and innovation.
You mentioned that word innovation. What might that look like in a business?
Yeah. So innovation is around, okay, we had a plan last year, and now we have now got an impact, a global pandemic, possibly be impacting your business. You're not 100% sure how. Why not go and get the facts of what's going on in your business? Let's have a look at what the performance is in your marketing, and then let's have a look at how is this going to actually impact your business. And then having a look at, well, is your target market changing? Is your target market's biggest problem changing? What's your message going to be out there? And innovate a way on how you can still continue to do business, if not better. Like sometimes these things come up and hit us in the face because we have to start looking outside the box.
Right.
And we've got to innovate. So how that might look like is what I would be doing is I'd be having my team, and I would be, ensuring that, they're being responsible around the virus, washing their hands and stuff like that. But then also sitting down and providing a safe space, creative space where we can look at what is the performance now? What did we plan for to happen in the next 6 months? What's most likely going to happen given the fact that, the markets are changing and, the customers are changing, their needs are changing, and what can we do to suit those customers' needs?
Yeah, some great ideas there. You mentioned to me when we were talking earlier in the week 5 tips that I thought were very, very powerful. Would you mind sharing those with us?
Firstly, you got to make it your business to know the facts and what's happening out there in and around your area, your local area, where that may be. So really got to know the facts of what's going on, how it's going to impact. Next, you have to ensure that you've addressed all your inputs and outputs into your business with clear communication as to how you're handling this. So for instance, with your customers, if you have people coming in, you might have some hand wash in there. You might have a team meeting and say, guys, we really need to be more hygienic now. No, we're not going to do the handshake. We might just do the elbow nod, that sort of thing. We might, word is out there. If you wash your hands to the tune of happy birthday, so sing happy birthday to yourself every time you're in the toilet, those sorts of things. Like just, I'm sort of suggesting we make it a little bit of fun, but let's be clear, we have to be hygienic around this. Stop touching handrails, or if you do, wipe your hands afterwards. Got to make people aware of it and clearly communicate this. And then with your customers, similar sort of thing. This is how we're dealing with it. They would appreciate it, and they will see you're being responsible around that. So that's my tip number 2. Tip number 3 is about really reviewing all your marketing materials, because the one thing that I did learn in the GFC, and I was coaching businesses in there, and it was really panicky because they had no idea. It had hit the US in 2008. We were wondering what's going on 2010. And then we sat down, we brainstormed ways in which we could continually market. So don't stop your marketing. You've got to, the next tip is like review your marketing materials and make sure that they're hitting the target market's biggest problem. So if it's not the biggest problem, you might need to change your messaging around. You might need to innovate that. But then don't stop marketing. Like these times need training and development, innovation, marketing, because this will pass. We know it's going to pass, right? Everything passes. Are you going to be ready now to really get out there and, get first, stab at your new target market and whatever their problems may be? And number 5 is, be prepared and don't panic. Like we've seen some horrendous stuff on the news, and people with toilet paper and, there's no need to panic and spend cash flow unnecessarily. You need to hold on to that, but spend it in areas that are going to help your business grow. So leadership development, training for your team around hygiene, around what's going on, so they're not panicky. And then also your marketing. I think we're going to find some really great new innovative ways on how people are going to do business and continue to thrive in this area. We want some messages of positivity, not doom and gloom. And when you're in control of what you can control and aware of what you can't control, you're always going to be moving forward and progressing.
Excellent. Really appreciate you spending some time with us today.
You're
some
welcome.
Really valuable information.
Thank you. And thank you, Dennis, for actually having the insight to actually do this video and actually get the message out there to the business community. It's really, don't panic, be prepared. It's going to pass and we're all going to be around afterwards. Okay?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you. Lovely to see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.